Strike Force is basically realistic.
We were going for dynamic cinematic action, right? And so you hear the word cinematic a lot in games. But to me that meant, where is the camera? Who is throwing the punch and who's just looking on? Where do we want the focus of action to be, and how do we want it to flow together?
The initial process actually starts off on paper, where the animators sit in with the design team and we flesh out the character's personality, and we try to focus on their combat style and what we think their combat style would be.
Somebody started the term body storming, and it's brainstorming with your body.
We're very fortunate in that our actual animators are very skilled martial artists themselves. So in fact, a lot of the resources that we have and a lot of the reference material we've drawn from them.
When they are creating animations, they will roll out the exercise mats and actually act out these moves in slow motion that translate beautifully into the game.
And so you'll just be walking to get coffee and you'll see two guys, fighting and working on moves and just figuring out what a character is going to do.
And I got to buy them all the props too. I got to buy them like size and all this stuff. And they're like, okay, now we need a bow staff. And now we need like a sword. And we're like, okay, fine, just don't hurt yourselves.
Once we get those animations shot and choreographed, we actually import them into the software, and that allows the guys to get a way more fluid motion on their animations. They really get passionate about the kind of movesets that they might inject into the character.
When developing a new character, we go and actually talk to Marvel and get references and kind of their take on what the character is. From there, we take it to concept phase.
A lot of our concept guys will do the smallest little napkin sketch of like Spider-Man just freaking out in this crazy little stick figure pose. And I'm like, I think I got what that is.
The character modeler takes the concept, works through the shape and form. It goes from concept all the way to model and final, and then it gets rigged and then goes into animation and such. Strike Force style would be high fidelity, almost cinematic quality art.
One of the big things when we're looking for the art style is to kind of ride this line between reality and the comic book itself. It's not quite toy-like, but it's not quite real either. It's this very kind of strange thing.
I got some really good advice from our friends at Marvel early on, and they said, above all, be true to the characters. It was a lot of fun to bring them to life, but in order to do that, we needed to create something that we hadn't seen before on mobile, which was really, really cool animations and VFX that all played off one another in a really natural way. I had these grandiose visions of how combat could look, and to see that come together on a phone, on a console, I understand, right? You have a lot of firepower to work with, but to see that come to life on a phone has been a real joy.